SeaWorld's newest attraction is their most important one yet, and it's the one right behind me. They're replacing this fan favorite attraction that hasn't been open since 2020. On top of this being a brand new type of ride, this is the first time in 3 years that SeaWorld hasn't added a brand new roller coaster. So with that said, I have 3 questions that I need to get to the bottom of, and it's all behind those doors. I'll be among the very first to tour the construction site of this brand new attraction. We don't even have a name for this attraction yet, so I want to get as much information as we possibly can. And with SeaWorld Orlando marketing themselves as the coaster capital of Orlando,
what differences are there in building a ride like this as opposed to a roller coaster like past years?
and so lastly, what does this brand new attraction mean for the future of SeaWorld with a recent focus on family attractions? Does this mean we're going to see less of a focus on thrilling roller coasters? I sure hope not.
But the most important part of this entire tour, and something you'll notice with all the guys in there, they have hard hats, they have construction vests, and I have none of that. So we gotta change that. All right, they're letting us in, so let's go.
I'm gonna hand it off to Connor. He's gonna be leading this tour.
Oh, now, perfect.
Well,
Welcome guys to SeaWorld Orlando.
My favorite parts about these tours is getting the behind the scenes looks on the roller coasters. I know that's not the purpose of the tour, but it's still exciting.
Great day for this, holy cow. It's a great day to do a tour of an indoor ride. As you can see, we're at our old Wild Arctic building. This will be a side entrance. The main entrance will be around the front. Obviously it's a construction site, so things are still going on. So we're gonna kind of go to where guests will start their journey.
This is a massive room. We're right here. Right now we're in the queue. This is where all the guests will wait to board.
The queue is going to be incredible. Over to the left is where our quick queue guests will enter the ride. Right where you're standing is where the main queue will be.
While they're waiting, they'll see all sorts of high resolution images along these walls. Landscapes, animals, all sorts of things to make them feel immersed on, you know, the adventure they're about to go on.
And going through this tour, I have a number of questions. As we're going to see in a little bit, this area is still an animal exhibit for beluga whales, walruses, seals, all sorts of awesome Arctic animals. Is there going to be a way to still view those if you don't want to ride the ride?
Over to the right along the wall, one thing that is still very important to us, there is also an entrance in case there are some guests that just want to go and see our animals. As you can see, this is one of the original drawings from when this building was originally built. And as you can see, this isn't even the exact alignment. This was, I think, maybe one of the first sketches that we did, because you'll see when we go in there, our screen now goes all the way to the ceiling.
This is a massive, massive building, but they're cramming so much.
After our guest experience, the incredible pre-show, the introduction to the ride, the build-up, the excitement, the safety, which is also very fun, they will then be welcomed into the ride. And we're very excited to finally get to share what the ride looks like for the guests.
You can see by all the spots on the floor. I assume this is where they're going to sort riders so that they can find their seats on the ride vehicle. And now we just got to go in through this mysterious door that Connor went into. Woo! It looked a lot cooler when Connor did it. Wow.
We are incredibly excited to partner with our friends at Mack Rides for this very unique dynamic system. The capabilities of this ride greatly exceed any other of its kind.
And with that, what's the minimum rider height?
What's great about this ride system is that, as we've talked about, our rider height is 39 inches. Everybody gets to ride together. Anyone, if you want to sit in the seat, take pictures, anything like that, be our guest. And also, don't buckle the seatbelt, because it'll take us a little bit to go get you out.
Connor, can you point my camera at me as I sit down? Do I look cool?
Absolutely.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Flying theaters do exist, but not quite like this one. Is there anything that makes it special or unique? Any special features?
We also have the ability to do custom lighting. We do have the ability for scent, wind, and mist on this ride to truly create that immersive experience.
And the footage that they're talking about, how was it filmed? Is it CGI, or did they actually go out and film it?
Our team, when creating the film and creating the experience, actually went to the Arctic to film. Everything you see and everything that was captured was actually done in the Arctic, in the wild, in natural habitat, which is truly amazing to see. And from that, we're gonna move on to probably my favorite part of the tour. So it should be exciting.
Connor showed us a lot of cool things, so if this is his favorite, now I'm really excited. Thank you so much. Do you think they'll have people to hold the doors open for you when the ride's finished?
Yes. No automatic doors, just people everywhere.
Or will the beluga whales do it?
Oh, maybe.
This is my favorite part. Very excited to welcome you to Expedition Odyssey, coming to SeaWorld Orlando, spring 2025. What you are also seeing is a slideshow of still frames. So everything you see here right now on this screen will actually be a part of the film. A little sneak peek, we're only showing you a third of the image. When guests are truly surrounded by this, we're not just showing you the Arctic, we're taking you to the Arctic. The other incredible feature of this ride is, if you'll see the gondola above you, is where guests will be sitting.
This is the entire backside of the screen that Connor was just showing us, and I'm just taken away. Wow. So Connor, are those the seats above us?
Yep. Yeah, those ones are just wrapped just to keep me protected and safe.
The conclusion of the tour was seeing the massive screen, and I was happy as I got all the answers I needed to check off my first objective. We got as much information on this ride as we could, as well as we now know the name of this attraction, that being Expedition Odyssey. But now it's time to move on to my second objective.
And even though the first half of the tour is done, I still have two more questions that need answers. One for Connor and the other for the park president. These are big questions. And truthfully, I just want another reason to bother Connor. What are the differences in building a ride like this as opposed to a roller coaster?
There's a lot. Also, in some ways, it's the same. So when building a ride like this, one thing that we are emphasizing is the family nature of it. While this ride is going to be incredibly, dynamic and fun and exciting and a great ride experience, the difference between this ride and a ride such as Icebreaker behind us.
Whoa, this is violent. Oh.
There's an immersion point of it. We have special effects, we have the media, and we really highlight, the immersion and taking you to an experience. It's more than a great thrill ride, but it's a great overall immersive experience.
So you guys over at SeaWorld have been marketing yourselves as the coaster capital of Orlando. I can't help but notice this isn't a roller coaster. Is there a specific reason why you're going for this as opposed to another record-breaking coaster?
The coaster capital of Orlando still holds true. We love roller coasters. We love building them and bring those experiences to our guests, and we have done some incredible coasters in the past. With this ride, we wanted to change it up a little bit. We wanted to go more immersive, still deliver on that exciting nature of what a coaster might provide, but also give our guests more of the animals they know and love, and blend that with an incredible ride experience as well.
But now it's time for the second half of the tour. When you get off the ride, you're going to go into the animal enclosure so you can see all the Arctic marine life from the ride in real life. And then we have to say bye to Connor. The second half of the tour is led by the park president, and I have a very important question regarding the future of thrill rides here at SeaWorld.
How are y'all doing? Yeah, it is. What you guys think of that side? Pretty cool, huh? Looking forward to taking you guys to show you the other side, because when you disembark that incredible ride, we're actually going to walk you into the real world of the real animals.
This is where the park president took us into the Wild Arctic exhibit and shared with us the main mission for the renovations they're doing in these exhibits.
You see this really incredible new ride and adventure that we've got coming on. As guests disembark that, they're going to come into the real world of the real animals. We build incredible rides, incredible coasters, but one thing we take a lot of passion to is we tie those back always to our animals.
And as he was wrapping up, it was time for me to ask about...
So with last year's edition being Penguin Trek and this year Expedition Odyssey, I'm noticing a trend of attractions for the whole family that everyone can enjoy.
You're 100% correct. One of the things we are focusing on and have been focusing on at SeaWorld is family. The family adventures are from 39 inches all the way up to me. Those families are what make our park thrive.
And that's an amazing thing. Now, what does that mean for the future of SeaWorld?
So the future of SeaWorld is going to continue to grow. As you and I both know, continue to see the growth that we're putting into this property.
Yeah.
And I would tell you to stay tuned, as you will see what's coming in the future.
I don't know if I'm getting chills from what you're saying or if it's because it's really cold in here.
Yeah, I think it's probably a little bit of both.
And after that interaction, I was left incredibly excited for the future, but I was also reminded to focus on the importance of the now. Here I am, selfishly thinking about what's the next biggest roller coaster coming, overlooking the importance of a family attraction. And I think about myself when I barely hit the height requirement at Disneyland and my dad put me on the roller coaster, and it terrified me up until I visited SeaWorld Orlando and fell in love with roller coasters. That took 17 years. And during those 17 years of not riding any roller coasters, attractions like Expedition Odyssey were my best friend. And that's why Expedition Odyssey, though it's not 200 feet tall, it doesn't go upside down 7 times, or go backwards, or launch you while you're standing up, is just as important, if not more important, than any other roller coaster in this park.
SeaWorld's... Here, wait. You guys are good.